This ain't a rumor. This is real. It seems like 2026 is going to be Floyd Mayweather year. It's reported that Floyd Mayweather is going to be fighting Mike Tyson in an exhibition early in 2026, and then later in 2026, he's going to be fighting Manny Pacquiao in a real fight on Netflix. Now, I'm assuming Manny Pacquiao, in the meantime, he's going to fight Rolly. If he's victorious, then he's going to be the oldest welterweight champion of all time in boxing at 47 years old or 48. Obviously, Floyd is going to be 50 by 2026, and then when he fights Pacquiao, they're going to be fighting for a world title in the rematch, which is going to make the rematch more significant. If Manny can pull off beating Rolly, like he almost beat Barrios for the WBC title, then this is going to be a huge fight.
Is this the sequel we've all been waiting for, or a chapter we should have left closed? For years, the combat sports world has been buzzing, whispering, and outright demanding one thing: a second dance between two of boxing's most legendary figures. We saw them share the ring once in a bout dubbed the Fight of the Century, a clash that shattered financial records but left many fans feeling unfulfilled. Now, is everyone asking the same question? Is a Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather rematch actually happening? Manny Pacquiao himself, standing in a risen ring in Japan, declared his intention to fight Floyd Mayweather. This was the Pac-Man himself calling out his old rival. But since that moment, the trail has been a mix of excitement. We're breaking down everything we know about the potential mega rematch, separating fact from fiction.
Boxing became popular because of the support of the fans, of the people. So make sure that the fans will satisfy in every fight that you have.
On one side, the undefeated tactician with a perfect 50-0 record. His defensive genius and ring IQ are the stuff of legend, a puzzle that no professional opponent has ever solved. He's a master of hitting and not getting hit, a defensive wizard who built a career on making elite fighters look ordinary. On the other side stands Manny Pacquiao, the 8th Division World Champion, a relentless storm of power and angle. Pacquiao's aggressive, all-action style has made him a fan favorite for decades. Their first encounter in 2015 was a classic clash of styles, the unstoppable force versus the immovable object. Mayweather secured a unanimous decision victory, but the aftermath was filled with controversy when Pacquiao revealed he had entered the fight with a significant shoulder injury. This revelation has fueled the debate for years, leaving a giant what-if hanging over their rivalry.
Now, in the beginning of this conversation, you say, I don't like boastful people. How was it like fighting Mayweather then? Did he get on your nerves? Because I feel like he's a little bit more boastful than the people you might be wanting to hang out with.
Yeah, he's boastful. I think his God is the material things, money, everything like that. I'm pretty with him because I want to share the word of God in him if he believes God.
Yeah. I've heard he's a generous man. I think he's done good things. I think, he kind of reminds me of like a lot of people are like this, by the way, including myself. I'm not just saying him. I'm including myself. The man who goes up to Jesus and says, what should I do to get into heaven? He says, sell all your belongings. And he walked away crying because he couldn't sell his belongings.
Exactly.
The first bout was criticized by many for happening too late, long after both fighters were in their absolute prime. Yet, it still became the highest grossing pay-per-view event in history, a testament to their star power. The demand for a rematch began almost as soon as the final bell rang. Pacquiao and his camp have consistently called for a second fight, believing a fully healthy Pac-Man could change the outcome. Mayweather, however, has remained largely elusive, enjoying retirement and participating in lucrative exhibition matches against opponents ranging from MMA stars to YouTubers. Pacquiao continues to test himself against high-level competition, while Mayweather seems content with entertainment-focused bouts that protect his perfect record. The recent announcement by Pacquiao has thrown a firecracker into this dynamic, forcing the world to once again consider the possibility.
What did you know about Manny?
Nothing. He's a little guy, 112-pound former world champion. He says, well, you want to work out together? I said, yeah, no problem. After one round of mitts with Manny Pacquiao, I says, wow, this kid can fight. He had speed and he had power. And because I asked Pacquiao, did you go to any other gyms before this one? He says, Freddie, I started in New York and I came across the country and I stopped at every gym I could and everyone else turned me down. I says, what? We started working together. Everything was going really well. He was was about to go home, but at that time, Lidwaba was the world champion from South Africa, and his opponent had gotten sick and pulled out of the fight. Manny was the next available opponent.
What are you thinking?
I told all the top-ranked employees, bet on Pacquiao, he's 60-1. I mean, you can't get a better odds than this. And they said, Freddie, your guy's gonna get killed. I said, what are you, crazy? I said, this kid is special.
I frankly had never heard of him, but I've seen and heard of him now.
The legendary trainer Freddie Roach once said, regarding the first fight, Manny still thinks he won the fight. At 100%, I feel he could dominate Mayweather. This belief is the very heart of the rematch narrative. Analyzing a potential second fight requires looking at what has changed. Both men are now well into their 40s. Age affects every fighter differently. Could Pacquiao's relentless activity, including a recent, controversial draw against Mario Barrios, give him an edge in ring readiness? Or has Mayweather's time away from elite competition preserved his body more effectively? His exhibitions, while not officially sanctioned bouts, have kept him in training camp and under the lights.
I would not be able to take credit for beating Pacquiao after he got knocked out by Marquez, because that's not the same Pacquiao.
Of course.
That's not the Pacquiao at the top of his game.
Yeah, of course.
But in society today, we'll call that person the best fighter ever.
Of course.
When that's not how that goes. That's not reality. But in the business world, it is, because look how much money he made.
As the great Roy Jones Jr. said about getting a rematch he desperately wanted, I really had to teach him the difference between acting like you've been knocked out and getting hit for real. That's the core question here. Will this be a real fight or glorified exhibition? Pacquiao's announcement was made at a Risen event, a promotion known for hosting exhibition bouts, which has led many to believe this won't be a professionally sanctioned contest. If it is an exhibition, the rules could be different, potentially favoring one fighter over the other. Would they use lighter gloves? Shorter rounds? The specifics remain unknown, but they would critically shape the outcome. A fully sanctioned 12-round professional fight is a much different beast, one that would truly test the endurance and durability of two aging legends. The stakes would also be monumental. For Mayweather, his perfect 50-0 record would be on the line, the legacy he has protected so fiercely. For Pacquiao, it's a chance to avenge a loss that he and his team feel was unjust due to injury. The public and media reaction has been intensely divided. On one hand, there's immense excitement from fans who have longed to see this rivalry get a proper conclusion. On the other hand, many pundits and fans have expressed skepticism, calling it a cash grab that is happening far too late. There's a vocal group that believes the time for this fight has passed. Reports suggest streaming giants like Netflix could be interested in staging the event, which would guarantee a massive global audience. The controversy and debate, in a way, only fuel the hype. So, what's next? As of now, negotiations are reportedly underway for a potential clash in 2026. While Pacquiao has made his intentions clear, Floyd Mayweather has remained publicly silent on the matter, a strategic move that keeps the world guessing. If the rematch does happen, it will likely be one of the most talked about sporting events of the year, regardless of the criticism. Will we see Mayweather's defensive mastery frustrate Pacquiao once more? Or will Pacquiao's pressure and a healthy body finally be enough to crack the money code and stain that perfect record? Both fighters have more to lose than just a match. Their legacies are on the line. Mayweather risks his undefeated status, while Pacquiao risks further cementing a loss to his greatest rival. The fate of this epic rematch rests in the hands of two men, but the court of public opinion will be the final judge. I want to hear from you, the true boxing fans. Are you excited about the prospect of a Pacquiao-Mayweather 2, or do you think it's a fight that should remain in the past? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.